Hey, so I know this is a slightly different video format to what you're used to. You don't usually get to see my face or my super warm fuzzy clothing, but it's a little bit different today. I just want to explain an issue that I'm currently having on my YouTube channel. So you use something called YouTube Studio to keep track of your analytics. So that can be the demographics of your viewers, how much revenue your videos have made, how much reach your videos are getting, and so on. Now, I currently look after my 3 kids full time. It's actually more cost effective for me to not work and look after the kids than it is to be in work and pay for childcare. And I was just working in retail previously, which wasn't particularly high pay anyway. It just worked out better this way. But obviously once the kids reach school age, it would then be cost effective for me to return to full-time work. And I've always wanted to get into YouTube and content creation. So I thought I'm going to start that journey now while I'm looking after the kids. You know, I can put a little bit of time aside to work on YouTube videos and so on. So that's just a little bit of background. And the plan, what I actually want to do is get to a point where rather than returning to like my old type of job that I used to have, I can actually do YouTube full time. That's the goal. So you might have seen recently that I put out a video, which was the Spider-Man 2 feedback and suggestions video. Now, my Spider-Man and like superhero game videos generally do quite well, usually a lot better than any other type of video on the channel. And this one in particular really took off. It's currently at around 32,000 views, which for a channel the size of mine with, you know, less than 2,000 subs, it's really good. And I was really happy with that. You know, it's always nice when you get a video that really takes off in that way. Now, when you get paid from YouTube, you have to reach a certain threshold every month of a certain amount of money, which is £60 in UK currency, before you can actually get paid. So because I hadn't been making like many videos for a while, obviously I was under that threshold by quite a lot because I was just getting trickle views from previous videos before Christmas. So this video takes off and, you know, it earns a decent amount and I'm getting very close to the threshold. Now, £60, it's not a lot of money, but, you know, the way things are right now, it's something. You know, that could pay for my internet for a whole month, you know, or pay my phone bill, and all of this stuff adds up. And more importantly than that, as I have more videos that do well, it really encourages me to invest more and more time into YouTube to make this a thing that could work for me and my family. So it's really, really frustrating that I was nearing the payment threshold on this video alone. And then I checked my Google AdSense account, which gives you the actual finalized amount that you've made in a certain period of time. So I was expecting to hit that threshold of £60, and I checked my Google AdSense account and I've made £13. So not even enough to actually claim a payment. So I contacted YouTube support and I was like, why is the actual amount of money that's been, you know, added to my account so much lower than the estimated amount? It's normal for it to fluctuate a little bit. It might be a little bit more or a little bit less, but, you know, we're talking like £40-50 less than it should have been. And they said, well, we suspect something called invalid traffic on your account. Now, basically what this means is they suspect one of multiple things. It could be bot activity, so not real viewers, essentially. It could be people watching the video over and over again on playlists. It could be me clicking my own ads to drive revenue. It's basically like fraudulent activity, so not genuine YouTube viewership. Now, I asked them for information on what the cause of this is. Is it bot activity? Is it something that I'm doing wrong? You know, sometimes I have friends and family that watch my videos because they want to support the channel. And they said, well, it could be that if they're letting videos play constantly on playlists and things. So I've asked people about that, but nobody does that. So I don't actually know what is causing this issue. And I asked if I could have more information on if it's a particular video, if it's the video that did really well with like 32,000 views. Is most of that traffic fake? Is it bots? What is causing this issue and how can I resolve it? And basically they said, we can't give that information because by giving out this information, it can affect how we tackle this issue. So it's really frustrating because they've put me in a position where I'm having this issue on my channel. I can't pinpoint what the actual cause is. And now I'm basically just left with a video that I put a lot of time and effort into, and I'm in the same position before I made it. I might as well have not made that video from a revenue standpoint. Now, and I'm not making videos just because I want to make money. You know, I'm trying to do the type of work that I actually enjoy and want to do, And, you know, they say you'll never work a day in your life if you've got a job that you love. And this is what I want to do because I enjoy it. And being able to make a living and money from it is a bonus. But it's also essential. You know, I need to know that I can actually do this in a way that's going to be sustainable. So I was really frustrated by this whole invalid traffic issue, and I decided to do some research on it. I've watched multiple other videos, I've been on Reddit forums, basically scoured the internet overnight, looking at whether this is something that happens a lot. And it does. There's a lot of YouTubers who have been affected by this issue, right the way down from people like me who have a relatively new, really small channel, all the way up to, you know, channels with like thousands of subscribers. And when I say I'm a small channel, I'm not a small fish in a big pond, I'm like plankton, you know? But it's really, really frustrating. I don't feel like YouTube cares at all, because why would they, you know, about such a tiny channel? But they also don't seem to care about the really big channels as well. And that for me says, well, what's the point in even trying to become a big channel or do really well? Because if, let's say, for example, I was in a position where I was making enough money as like a normal full-time job, and then this happens 1 month and I lose, you know, the revenue that's actually keeping my whole house together, keeping a roof over my kids' heads, and I can't pay my mortgage, for example. That's not currently the case, but in the future, let's say that was the case and this happened to me, and YouTube were just like, well, sorry, nothing we can do. Do you see what kind of position that would put me in? So it's not encouraging to become a full-time creator if this can just happen to you at any time. Now, a lot of the videos that I've watched have also basically, some of them have said, oh, you know, you need to mess around with your YouTube channel, you need to like private videos and then unprivate them, monetize them, unmonetize them, and check your analytics and, you know, do all this back end stuff. And then a lot of other channels have said, no, it's a YouTube issue. Don't mess around with your channel. It's not going to help. It's a YouTube problem. And I'm more inclined to believe that's the case, because I don't see what I could be doing that could have this issue. If I've had a video that's had 32,000 views, let's just say, for example, a few friends or family members, or I'd shared the link on Twitter and it drove traffic that way and YouTube wasn't happy about it and they removed those views, that would be a tiny, tiny percentage of views that they'd need to remove as invalid traffic from the way I see it, which would only have a small effect on my revenue, but this has basically wiped the whole video out. Now, when I've looked at the analytics for the video, like I said, there's nothing out of the ordinary. 28,000 out of 32,000 of those views are from YouTube itself, like directly within the platform. So even if they removed 4,000 views that they might consider invalid traffic, how has that wiped out the revenue of almost the entire video? It doesn't make sense. There's clearly something wrong with the platform, and it's been going on for a long time. There's plenty of other videos out there about this issue, and it doesn't seem like there's a way to resolve it other than just soldiering on, powering through, and hoping it resolves itself. That's where I'm currently at. It's really frustrating. And I just wanted to let you know about it because I'm going to do my best not to let it affect my sort of content flow. I still want to do this. I still want to make videos, and I am going to power through it, as frustrating and disheartening as it is. So the only other thing I can say is thank you for your genuine likes and comments and all that stuff. And if you want to support the channel, I do have a Patreon that's kind of a work in progress right now. I'm looking at adding more benefits to that. And I have a Ko-Fi as well. If you want to support the channel, I'll leave links in the description down below. If you're in a position to help out a little bit, that would be hugely appreciated. But only if it's something that you're comfortable with financially. I don't want anyone, I don't want anyone getting themselves into bad positions. So, if you can, I really appreciate it. If you can't, like I say, just those likes and comments and, and interactions where I get to respond to your comments is nice as well. I hugely appreciate it. I love going through the comments and reading all that stuff. So, yeah, it's annoying, but it is what it is. And hopefully it resolves itself. That's that. Have a great day wherever you are. I'll see you in the next video.